The Test of Faith on the Mountain. Hello friends, I am Lumina, and I have a wonderful story to share with you about a man whose heart was filled with a very special kind of trust. His name was Abraham. He lived a long time ago, and he loved God more than anything else in the world. This story is about the biggest test he ever faced, a test that shows us how God always provides for those who follow him. Many years had passed, and God had given Abraham a son named Isaac, whom he loved dearly. One night, God called out, "Abraham!" And Abraham replied, "Here I am." Then God gave him a difficult command. "Take your son, your only son Isaac, and go to the land of Moriah. There, offer him as a sacrifice on a mountain I will show you." Abraham didn't understand why, but he knew he could trust God's heart. Early the next morning, Abraham got up and saddled his donkey. He didn't wait or complain. He split the wood for the burnt offering and set out with his son Isaac and two of his young servants. One of the servants, Zimri, helped load the supplies. Abraham moved with purpose, believing that God's promises are always true, even when the path ahead looks uncertain. For 3 days, the group traveled across the dusty plains and rolling hills. The sun was bright, and the journey was long. Abraham kept his eyes on the horizon, looking for the place God had mentioned. Finally, on the 3rd day, Abraham looked up and saw the mountain in the distance. He knew that this was the place where his faith would be tested. When they reached the foot of the mountain, Abraham stopped the donkey. He turned to his servant Zimri and said, "Stay here with the donkey. Isaac and I will go over there to worship, and then we will come back to you." Even though he was heading into a hard moment, Abraham spoke with confidence, believing that he and Isaac would return together. Abraham took the wood for the burnt offering and placed it on Isaac's shoulders to carry. Abraham himself carried the torch for the fire and the knife. As they began the steep climb up the mountainside, the only sound was the crunch of their sandals on the stones. Isaac was strong and helped his father by carrying the heavy load of wood. As they walked, Isaac looked at the wood and the fire, then at his father. "Father?" he asked. Abraham answered, "Yes, my son?" Isaac continued, "The fire and wood are here, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering?" Abraham looked at Isaac with deep love and replied, "God himself will provide the lamb for the burnt offering, my son." And the two of them walked on together. When they reached the spot God had told him about, Abraham began to build an altar. He gathered large flat stones and stacked them carefully one by one. He then arranged the wood on top of the stones. Every movement was a prayer. Abraham was ready to obey God completely, trusting that God's plan was better than his own, even in this moment. Just as Abraham reached out his hand, a voice called from heaven, "Abraham! Abraham!" He stopped and said, "Here I am." It was the angel of the Lord. The angel said, "Do not lay a hand on the boy. Do not do anything to him. Now I know that you fear God, because you have not withheld from me your son, your only son." Abraham's heart leaped with joy. Abraham looked up and saw a ram caught by its horns in a thicket. He went over, took the ram and sacrificed it as a burnt offering instead of his son. Isaac watched in wonder as God provided exactly what was needed. Abraham named that place, "The Lord Will Provide." To this day, we remember that when we trust God, He always takes care of us in His perfect way.